What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to SoCal Exploring, your number one stop for all things Halloween Horror Nights and theme park related and haunted attraction news in general. Today I bring you yet another HHN 2019 update, and this one's a little bit different because I put out a full survival guide for Halloween Horror Nights 2019, which if you want to check that out, like you want a guide to how to get everything done fast, make sure to click the link in my description right now. But I mentioned the thing about early entry, which is something that where you're able to get in early and access some of the select mazes early before the actual event kicks off. Well, early entry has changed this year. It has since changed to a different time. They're letting guests in a little bit later for early entry, so we're going to be talking all about that. And there's also an advantage if you're a Universal Studios Hollywood pass holder, or you just have a normal day ticket for the specific day that you're going to Halloween Horror Nights in specific. So if you want to know all about those details, stay tuned. Let's hop right into all the details about the new early entry system. Before that, make sure to check us out on social media at SoCal Exploring Media on Instagram and at SoCal Exploring on Twitter, and click that subscribe button if you want to see all things related to HHN 2019 and haunted attraction stuff with those bell notifications on. Lastly, visit our website, SoCalExploring.com, for more detailed information regarding theme parks and haunted attractions. So typically with the past couple years or so, they let guests into the different mazes, or into the park in general, with normal Halloween Horror Nights tickets around 5 o'clock, and then the select mazes, usually the lower lot ones and the Stranger Things location, would open up around 5:15 to 5:45. It all depends on what the mazes were. Well, this year it's a little bit different, like I said, because they have pushed early entry back to 6 o'clock. Now they will start letting guests in as early as 5:45, so you'll be able to get into the turnstile as early as 5:45 with their Halloween Horror Nights general admission ticket. But you won't actually be able to access the maze, and this is select mazes, until 6 p.m. So I'm assuming Stranger Things will be the one that will open at 6, and then the Metro set locations following at 6:15, and then probably the Tram Garage locations at 6:30 or 6:45, which this is kind of bad and kind of good. It's kind of good because they're making it more of a limited time thing, because it will close at 6:30. You can't access early entry if you get there later than 6:30. You'll just have to wait till opening ceremony kicks off at 7 p.m., which is good because then that means there will be less people during early entry, and those who do make it to early entry will be able to enjoy way lighter crowds than opposed to years prior where they'd open the gates at 5 p.m. and it'd run for an hour and a half. Now it's only running 30 minutes to actually let guests in to the park for HHN 2019 and experiencing the early entry mazes. So that's good. It's bad, however, because now you have less time to get mazes done during early entry. So typically, with like what I said was my game plan, is to get all the mazes done at the bottom half of the park during early entry, so then you can focus on all the top mazes when the normal crowd comes in, as they'll be running down to the bottom and they won't be running to the top mazes. You can focus on the top mazes, but it's a little bit different. I still recommend doing the same game plan. Obviously, you'll have more of a limited time, but if you're a pass holder or you are visiting the normal Universal Studios Hollywood daytime operating hours during the time or during that date that you're choosing to go to HHN, you actually have an advantage of getting to the mazes just a tad bit earlier than everybody else doing early entry. And just to let everybody know, early entry is included in every single HHN 2019 ticket. No additional charge or anything. However, if you do have Universal Express or the RIP Tour for Halloween Horror Nights, you have to exit the park and go back in to access the RIP Tour and the Universal Express tickets as well. Now, like I said, if you are a pass holder or you're normally in Universal Studios Hollywood just with a single day ticket and you're going to HHN at night, they will have a kiosk set up at the front where guest relations is at the front of the theme park, where you can check in as early as 4:30 p.m. and get a colored wristband, so that way when the mazes open right at 6 o'clock, you can already be right outside of Stranger Things and be the first one to walk right into it, as opposed to everybody getting let in at 5:45 and running all the way down there as fast as they can. You can already be waiting down there around 5:45 if you are a pass holder or if you have a ticket for the daytime operating hours, because you'll already have your wristband, you'll already be checked in and everything, and you can just wait right down there for them to open up the maze at 6 p.m. and be one of the first people in. So that's a good thing, especially for past members and the ones who are visiting daytime Universal at day. I know it works out for me a lot because I'm a past member, so I'm definitely going to use that to my advantage. I think it's a great thing that Universal is doing something like this. It's similar to what Stay and Scream is over in Orlando, and I definitely recommend, if you've never been to Universal Studios Hollywood before and you're traveling, check out the daytime park and check out HHN as well. That way you'll have the advantage of getting to do the mazes early. Now, like I said though, you have to have a pass membership or a normal ticket to Universal Studios Hollywood and be in the park around 4:30 to check in at the top. They just scan your Halloween Horror Nights tickets, I'm assuming, and they will give you a wristband. So that way, when they open the mazes up, you'll already have your wristband when you're already all the way at the bottom. I really like it. I think it's really cool. However, like I said, I don't think that it's such a good idea to push early entry a little bit back, because then really, is it really that much of an early entry? I mean, years prior, I've liked the 5 o'clock opening a lot more. Then again, I guess this helps with crowd control and such, since it's only going to be open for 30 minutes. Now, like I said though, all the mazes will be open or not all the mazes, select mazes like at the bottom will be open if you are at the bottom of the park around 6 to 6:30, but you will not be able to get into the park past 6:30 for early entry. You'll have to wait till 7 o'clock for opening ceremony if you get there past 6:30, because they will not let you into the early entry mazes as they're trying to set up for opening ceremony. But if you do get in before 6:30 and no earlier than 5:45, then you'll be good. You can experience all the mazes that are already open earlier than the normal operating hours for Halloween Horror Nights that night. All in all, I think it's a good thing for Universal. Like I said, it makes it more limited with crowds and everything, and it really benefits those who have past memberships and who are visiting normal Universal Studios Hollywood, the daytime operating hours. It benefits them a lot, and I know it benefits me, and that's why I'm kind of excited about it. Then again, we'll see how it works. If it's a failure, then it's a failure, but I think that it may be a success. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below, and if you have any questions regarding early entry, every night there will be a different colored wristband. So for those of you thinking that you can just sneak around with wristbands and such, that's not the way it works. There's different colored wristbands, so don't even try it. Just purchase a ticket to Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood 2019, which you can purchase at www.halloweenhorrornights.com and experience mazes like Ghostbusters, Stranger Things, and Killer Clowns from Outer Space, all kicking off on Fan Preview Night on Thursday, September 12th. That's coming up this week. That is so close. Keep in mind, early entry will not be happening on Fan Preview Night though. I believe the hours are from 7 p.m. to midnight, so early entry will not be happening on Fan Preview Night, but that is the only night during the event that will not be happening. Every other night, early entry will be a thing, including opening night on Friday the 13th. Like I said though, let me know what you guys think. Are you in favor of this new early entry system, or do you absolutely hate it and wish that we were back to the 5 o'clock, and you think that keeping it at 5 o'clock would do a lot better with crowds? Or do you think that this having it only open for 45 minutes to 30 minutes will help a lot more with crowds? Make sure to check us out on social media at SoCal Explorer Media on Instagram and at SoCal Explorer on Twitter. Click that subscribe button if you want to see more HHN related content regarding this year's event and different theme park stuff with those bell notifications on. Lastly, visit our website SoCalExploring.com for more detailed theme park updates and haunted attraction news. I have been Scott, and you have been watching SoCal Exploring. HHN 2019 is just around the corner. I mean, HHN 29 already kicked off in Orlando this past week, and HHN 2019 Hollywood is just around the corner. I am super excited about it, and I'm super excited to provide tons and tons of coverage, including walkthroughs for you guys. Positivity is key. Stay spooky, everybody, and most importantly, remember to keep exploring. Peace.